All right. Got another from about, let's see, 60, yeah, about 60 years before Star Wars. There was a famous boat that sank in the middle of the ocean called the
Hmm.
Titanic. And this is a photo of the Titanic during construction. It's what's called a Type 1. So it was developed off of the negative within 2 years. So this photo was developed before the Titanic set sail in 1912 because it was taken in 1909 by the Brown brothers who are labeled on the back. So yeah, it's the whole type. I don't know if you've ever heard about like the
I
type one,
well,
type two, type three photo world, but that's a whole other rabbit hole.
I appreciate that. Now, here's what I'm going to tell you. Just about 3 or 4 weeks ago, I was in Belfast at the Titanic Museum. Now, the Titanic Museum in Belfast is really a salute to the building of the Titanic. And one of the coolest things that they have there is this archive of photos from a passenger on the Titanic who got off in England. So
Wow.
he had the from Belfast to where it took off in Greenwich or wherever it took off from. He has all these photos from the boat, so it was like so fascinating, and we got to see, of course, millions of like this is the coolest thing because it's like they've been lost for such a long time. These photos of the Titanic truly in motion. He has it actually leaving port. It was one of the best things I saw there. It was so
Wow.
interesting because we've seen so many recreations, we've seen so many underwater pictures. That is amazing.
I'm so glad I picked that item. I have to go to that museum now.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's truly one of the best museums I've been to. It really is great. Can I
There's
show
a
you?
couple.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead. I was just gonna say there are a couple stories like that of people who got off one stop before. There are stories of people who had to go to on a different ship because they were too full. There's
Yes,
crazy
yeah.
stories like that.
People who got on who shouldn't have got on. There's all these interesting stories. Because I was even thinking about this, and the thing about the Titanic Museum that really clarified something to me was the cheapest thing. Again, when we watch Titanic, right, and we see like, oh, there's Jack and Rose, and Jack is spending so little money, or but Jack's obviously a stowaway, but that lower deck, you think, oh, that's where the poor people were. Tickets for the Titanic low deck was $1,000. So you're thinking back then, like that was not like you weren't that poor to be on the lower deck to get $1,000 together per person. I was like, oh, this actually recontextualized my whole idea. Well, people were not sailing across the sea for free.
Yeah, that's insane. I'm asking GPT what $1,000 was in 1911.
Yeah.
It was 30 to 35,000 today. So there you
So
go.
that's a hefty
A
thing.
lot of
Uh,
money.
I don't know if you're familiar with this, but there was a when Lost was in its last season. I was pulled into Lost to do this art project with Lost, where amazing artists would essentially um, create their favorite moments, and then we would hide these lost art prints. We only made a couple of them all around the city. We have the different ways to find them. Super fans could find these lost things. It went so well. And actually, I started it at Comic Con. There was a thing called Damon Carlton and a polar bear or something like that. That's how it started. And every poster is completely different. There's only 30 of each poster made. I have every poster, and I have like either five, six, or seven, like that of the 30. And I'll show you one of them. It's going to be tricky because it's big, but all right, so this is like one that I love. So this is the lock poster. Every poster, they got different character posters. So let's see if this works. So you can kind of see it's in the style of like those old like those old oh man, like Anatomy of the Murder. And so we did that. And so in here is all of those, the cabin in the woods
Nice.
that they find. So this is like I have these amazing art pieces that are just truly incredibly unique. And again, only 30 of them were ever made
Wow. Yeah, I never
of each
I
one.
have never watched Lost, but I know how big of a deal it was,
Did you
especially
watch Breaking Bad?
uh That was a little bit before my time.
All right. Breaking Bad was before your time. How old are you?
23.
Isn't Breaking Bad like a couple years old? My gosh, 23. Oh my gosh, I thought Breaking Bad would be prime time. All right. Well, then
I did watch The League when I was in middle school, though.
Oh yeah, we're before, or aren't we before or after? Oh my
Yeah,
gosh. All
but
right. Well,
Breaking
I
Bad
think
is a little bit higher, in
yeah,
terms
right. I
of
get that.
like
I understand that. Yeah.
intensity. Uh, they're talking about different things than fantasy sports.
Yeah. Yeah, I get it. I understand that the league would probably be way more fulfilling than that.